everybody! Today I will show you how I did my little grad doll. First I will cast on the machine with some beige or off-white or seashell color, and I did the cast on, put the yarn in it. For the cast on you go in front and in the back, and then you crank when you finish it. So for this project we will need 10 rows of beige to start, and then we will go and change the color. I have to find my pattern again. Sorry for the noise. There, so I will need 10. Cut the yarn and then put the yarn in the middle like this. Bring on the black, put in front of the black needle, put it in the middle, and then I will crank. This is not waste yarn, so I will attach it together. One knot and the second one here. So now it's time to crank. So my machine, the counter is dead. So now I will count every 10 rows and add a little stitch marker with a piece of yarn to keep track of the numbers. So I will need 40 rows of black. So I will add a little stitch marker every 10. So I will need 3 stitch marker for this part. We are presently doing the body and the head of the doll. There, another one, and I got my 3 now, so I will switch colors, put that in the middle, attach those two together, sorry. One knot and the second one. Put it in the middle and then you crank till you reach your 10 rows. I will repeat the numbers during the video, don't worry. And all the numbers are right on the screen during the video, so don't worry. So we will prepare the cast on that was on the screen there. Almost lose one stitch. So like I said, 10 of beige, 40 black, and 10 of beige to finish. So now it's time to take your wool needle and grab stitch by stitch. You put the tip of the needle and go in the middle of the red teeth and you grab the stitch. You have to be careful not to lose any. So don't go too fast when you start. There. So this part is almost done. So you could put that aside for now. Give it a stretch. You could see the 3 stitch marker that we will remove at the end, don't worry. So I put that aside, and now I will do the top of the hat. So you will go with 5 rows of waste yarn, and with the waste yarn you cast on like we did at the beginning. One in the front, one in the back, always doing that with your hands. And then you put in the yarn feeder and you crank. When you switch colors for your man project, you put it in the middle like this. You don't attach those two together because you will remove the waste yarn at the end. Very important to take waste yarn a different color of your project. Important. So I did the 5 rows of waste yarn. Now the 17 rows of black is done. I bring on my waste yarn to finish my extra 5 rows of waste yarn that I need to do the top of the hat. this. So when I ran out of yarn, it will release by itself like this. Be careful, sometimes some teeth will grab it and you have to be careful not to lose your stitch. So you'll be able to stretch and put that aside for now. So we did the top and now we will do the under cap. So cast on with waste yarn again, put that in the yarn feeder. You did 5 rows of waste yarn and then you will switch to your main color, in that case the black. So 5 waste yarn, 10 black plus 5 waste yarn. There, bring back your main color, the black, put that in front of the white needle because I didn't stop the right place, but it's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and 9 and 10. So bring back the waste yarn to finish. Like this. When I cut the yarn, provide no more yarn in the yarn feeder and will release like that. There, stretch it and put that aside for now. Time to stretch the body. There, I will pull on the yarn, and very important to remove the marker with the tip of your wool needle. Is very easy to remove. You will see. I put that inside out. With the tip, I would just pull slowly, not too fast, just slow, and it will work. Keep those 3 for our next project. I will secure my work there, and then there, and I will close one side. Pull and go around and grab some stitches in the middle. One knot, and I will secure it with a second one like this. So I will do the same exact thing for this side. So we'll cut the excess of the yarn and then pull. Make sure all the stitches go inside like this. There. And go around like this. And go in the loop and close. There. So now it's time to bring one side to the other side, like when we do a double layer hat. Just pinch in the middle and bring the other end inside. So I'll reach the middle with my wool needle, go exactly in the middle and join those 2 tail of yarn together. Stretch your work and then attach it to knot. Cut the excess, and time to prepare for the neck. So for the neck, I just grab like half of the stitch, but you could grab the full stitch, it's the same thing. Oops, I grab the chance to pull that black yarn in the black, so we will not see through. So I could go and grab half of the stitch like this, or grab one stitch and skip one. It will do the same result. And I forgot to record myself when I was stuffing it, so sorry for that, but I think if you're following me on this project, you actually see a lot more of my work before, so you know how to stuff. So I grab half of the stitch like this till I reach the starting point, and I will attach those two. I don't go too tight. I'm looking at my doll, and when it's like I want it, I tied it the second one there like this. So I will hide those two inside the head with my wool of needle, my needle, wool, my wool needle. Sorry, like this cut. So put that aside for now, and I go work on my hats for now. The hat part, I will go and do the closing on flat way. So I will grab it, go in the middle, grab one on the side, one on the other side, and I use a crochet or hook number 5 for this one. So I grab one side and on the other side. Going. If you're not comfortable with the hook yet, you will later, but I will provide the video in the video description on how to close tube, 5 ways to close a tube, and you will pick option number 3, and then I will do that with the wool needle. It's not exactly the perfect way, but it will give you a chance to make nice project without any stress of using how to use a hook for now. So we'll grab the last one, keep it here, grab my wool needle back and bring my tail, oops, going in the middle, grab my tail of yarn and bring it to the end to close my row. Pull a little bit. There. So I did this same exact thing on the other side, as you could see. There, and now it's time to remove the waste yarn like this. So I have a little square ready for my hat. So now it's time to hide those little tail. Very easy when you take the time. I know it took a lot of piece and it's time consuming sometimes to do little get together piece, but the result is nice and it put a smile on my face when I finish it. So I hope it will did the trick for you too. So those little tail are out, and now it's time to prepare the other piece. So I fold it in half, and this will be under the square, will be the piece that keep on top of the doll. So I'll grab my hook and go like this. And you could also use trick number 3 on how to close a tube with the wool needle for this part too, if you're not comfortable with the hook yet. There's always a way. So I grab one side and go on the other side. And as you could see, it's very important when you use waste yarn to use a contrasting one, especially with dark color like black. If you go and use a dark brown, it will be hard on your eye. So I use a pink for this one, very contrasting and very nice for my eye. So pull, then back, and pull, and grab it. Almost finished. and take the tail and close the row. Push it with the finger and thumbs. Time to remove the waste yarn. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not, but when it's not, it's because it's the cast on. You have to remove the first row, or when it's the cast off, like this part, it's going very easy. Cast on part is here. You have to find a little knot, remove it, and then pull the first row. Whoops, that's the knot. The first row, and then you will be able to pull the rest very easy after. There. Keep pulling. Very easy when you go not too fast. If you try to go too fast, it will be get not together. So time to remove it. Pull a little bit harder now. Oops, I was stuck with the black. So it's all removed. There. Stretch it and watch that you don't have any drop stitch. Put it together, it will look nice like this. So to do that, the trick, I will use color different, and I will go on one side and on the other side. This will keep the little circle the place I really need it to be, so it will not move when we will sew it together. And that's why I use some yellow, so it will be easy to remove at the end. And as you could see, I don't do a tight knot. So I put the two on the side, and now this one will be on the other side. I grab it, pull one side, oops, and attach those two together. Cut it, and I will do the fourth one after. There, the fourth one. Fourth one, it's install, last knot to do, and cut it. So now you bring back your wool needle. I will cut it so that way it won't bother me when I sew it. There. So I bring back my wool needle and my black yarn and sew it together. I grab one stitch. I leave a little tail of 5 centimeters at the end, so I will use that to attach it together at the end. So starting point and ending point would be attached together. So I grab a full stitch on the top and a full stitch on the circle part. There. Grab a full stitch. And for this video, I decided to not put any eye on the face, and also didn't put any hair, so I will leave it that way, and you could use your own imagination to finish it. There. Maybe later I will redo this one with hair and face, but I didn't have a lot of time lately, so I have to cut it right here. So at least you have the numbers to help you, and then after that you could use your own imagination to add a diploma, some hair, some face. There, almost finished. There. I finish this part. It's time to remove the yellow marker with the tip of the needle. It's very easy. Sorry you didn't see it at the camera. I was not in the right angle. There. This part was filmed with my phone, and I don't usually do that, so it was a little bit awkward for me, but at least I finished that one. There, I did the double knot, and now it's time to hide it between the two layers. There. And the other side. Bring it here. Now I will share how I did the arms. That's a little hat. Look great. Only need a little tassel on top, and I will show you at the end. So for the shape of the arm, I will go and do 5 columns, and you don't go and pull too tight, so that way it's easy to stay on the same column. Okay? If you don't stay on the same, it's not the end of the world, but maybe it will be a little bit twist on your doll. There. Like here, I almost did a twist. And bring it on the 5th column. Pull. And when you decide that it's long enough, you could close it here by going in front and the back. Go around it like this. Pull again, and then when you're sure it's there, you go in there and pull it tight, and it will do your ends. There. So I will bring back the tail in front and bring it to the starting point and attach those two tails together. So this part is secure now. So since I have a lot of black left, I will go and I cut this one. I will go and do the other arms. So I will do the same thing. Go on top. Count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I go in and the other side. Don't pull too much, like I said earlier. Like this. And continue. And when you reach the same length, oops, I don't like that, I will fix that after. Push it with a pen or a pencil would work. So we go around like I did on the other side. And you could do that little doll different colors depending your area. Here it's black for English people and wine color for the French one. So I decided to do black. A lot of places black. There, and bring it to the starting point. Attach those two together. Stretch it. When you're sure, you secure it with 2 knots. There. And the second Then you cut it. So I did the first ends, and now I will go on the other side to show you what I did for the first one. So I go not too tight, I leave a little tail of yarn like I did every time to attach the yarn together at the end. Like this, I go just very soft, not too tight, and bringing in the yarn when it's the same size both side, same side, not same size, same size both side. I bring it to the starting point and I will attach those two tails together, tail of yarn. There. I have problems sometimes with words, sorry. So I did that double knot, and I did in the head like this. There, stretch it, and I will add this piece too. Almost lose my needle. There. So I got it. Got it, and bring the hat, and it's done. I do the thing. So for the white, I did take a baby yarn and I twisted. I took like 30 centimeters. I twisted the same side of the twist of the yarn and bring the two ends together, and it twists like this. So now I did a knot, and I will remove the little twist with my wool needle. That will create the tassel. When the tassel is done, I will cut the excess to have the right length. I will just pinch it with my finger like this. Pinch it, the knot very close, and then cut the excess like this. There. So I will attach it in the middle, and if it's too long, you could also cut it later if it's too long. So I attach it with just a piece of yarn like this, going through, and attach it with a double knot, and that's it. Voila, the hat is done. So thank you for watching. See you next week for a brand new video. Ciao, ciao.